All right, hello everybody. What is happening? And welcome back to another video. Let me just get this on really quick. Let's see here. Okay, all right, we're good. We're starting out the session with a comment. Dude, don't worry, Los Merengues TV. Don't worry. Good afternoon, man. Get some sleep. Don't worry. Thank you so much for that comment, Los Merengues TV. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. That's more important, really. Nothing too important today. I mean, just Gareth Bale, Christian Eriksen rumors. It's really nothing too pertinent, but I did want to address them a little bit. Obviously, I kind of just wanted to talk about Real Madrid and the stuff going on. I see a lot of things on the news, on the tabloids, things along those lines. So I just wanted to really just succinctly talk about Real Madrid really quick and in my opinions on Gareth Bale and Christian Eriksen. I'm assuming that there's not going to be too many people today. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of an odd time. It's the weekend, things like that. So I don't think there's going to be too many people today, but I'm just going to make it really short. It's probably going to be, I would say, 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get into the first topic, which is about Gareth Bale. So obviously, it's been a lot of news about Gareth Bale. Obviously, Gareth Bale's playing with anger and things like that. He's fed up. He's fed up of playing for Real Madrid. He wants to leave. You can even see him in one of the videos. I think Varane hands him the little banner of Real Madrid, and he doesn't even want to hold it. To be honest, it is. Gareth Bale doesn't really help himself, I feel, with some of these things, some of his actions, and something that we saw last year was, with Lucas Vazquez, where he shrugged him off and things like along those lines. I wasn't a big fan of that, to be honest, and sometimes Gareth Bale is the kind of guy who doesn't really help himself, to be honest. I just feel like he needs to be more cognizant of the things going on around him. I'm not trying to bash Gareth Bale or anything, but it's just those little things, the minutiae. I feel he needs to be a little bit more conscious of those things. But anyways, the news report is Guillaume Balaguet who started that. He's kind of a hit or miss, Guillaume Balaguet. I really don't know much about him, but I have seen a few of his videos on YouTube, around the news and things along those lines. He's a hit or miss. He doesn't really, I mean, how can I say it? Sometimes he'll come out with stuff that are true. Sometimes it's not. So it's really a hit or miss. In this case, I really think that the Gareth Bale rumors are just I think it's just a canard, and what I mean by that is it's just an over exaggerated story. It's international break. There's nothing to talk about, so that's why I think that there's nothing to talk about, and he has to come out with something. So it just makes sense, I guess. Let's see here. So obviously Gareth Bale has been linked to Manchester United over time and time again. You could see that when you look at this story, you can figure out very, very easily that it's just very fabricated. There's really nothing concrete in this. They're talking about United. Manchester United are almost. I'm not saying relegation zone, but it's just not going good for them. Why would you want to go to Manchester United? Right? He's at Real Madrid, the top of the, one of the best clubs in the world. Why would he want to move, if anything? So there's absolutely nothing to this. It's obviously just for international break to kind of put some stories out there. Let's see. So supposedly he was unhappy after the he was being left out after the 2-2 draw versus Club Brugge. Apparently he was ostracized from the squad because he arrived 4 minutes late or something along those lines. I think that's one of the news outlets said. And I mean, to be honest, when I don't know if this is true or not, and something, this is a kind of a difficult one to discern because Gareth Bale has, we have seen in the past that he, there have been stories about him coming out and being mad when he's not chosen for the squad. And what I have to say about this situation is Gareth Bale kind of needs to understand that he's not always going to be picked. I'm talking about if this is true, if this is a veracious story, then I would say he has to understand that because, that's what I was talking about during the summer. If he is to stay at Real Madrid, he has to understand he cannot play every game here. Although he's been injury free so far, and I really like that from Gareth Bale. I know he's not in control of that, but I know he's in control of it to some extent. Obviously, not going into the rash and reckless tackles, things along those lines. I think he actually alluded to that in the press conference for Wales. He said, I don't want to make too many silly tackles. I have to be mindful of that. I don't want to miss any games for Wales. He said about Wales. He didn't say about Real Madrid, but it was quite interesting. He said, I can't make too many silly tackles. So that obviously alludes to, the injuries probably that he's accumulated at his time at Real Madrid, and for Wales too, so he says, so I have to be clever with what I'm doing. And, he was talking about with the suspension, things like that. In regards to the suspension, he was lucky to get away with that. But in any case, he's still aware, he can't make too many silly tackles and things like that. So I guess what I'm getting to is, obviously he's cognizant right now of the fact that, of course he's injury prone. We all know that. And I'm sure he's aware of it. But, this is what I've said about Gareth Bale. If we have a Gareth Bale who's injury free throughout the year, then I think he's a fantastic player. And I think he's got a few years left in him. It's just whether he can stay injury free. That's the big question. But there you go. I think that's really the news for Gareth Bale. There's not much going on. Thank you for coming on. Really do appreciate it. He says, hey, David, notice you struggle to pronounce my name. You can call me Chris. Thank you so much. I just almost struggled right now. So thank you for that. I'll definitely do that, Chris. Thank you. Skrishna, I think is pretty good, right? It's pretty close. But I'll call you Chris in any case. Thank you. So I think the next thing I wanted to talk about is Christian Eriksen. Like I said, I'm not expecting too many people to come on. It's international break. These stories. They're just canards. They're just really to kind of fill up the news and things like that. But it's a bit even in that case, it's a bit slow. So the Christian Eriksen thing, I read a little bit about it. Nothing substantial in it either. I know he wants to move in January. Whether or not he comes to La Liga, I mean. Zidane, if Zidane stays, I don't think he'll come. I think Zidane will want to go after Pogba. If Zidane doesn't, if Zidane doesn't stay, then I think we might go after him. I really don't think Zidane would want to go after Eriksen. Let me know actually what you guys think. If there's anyone that wants to comment on the Eriksen thing, do let me know what I think about Christian Eriksen. To be honest, I think I'd rather go after Paul Pogba at this point. I'd rather just wait till next summer and go after Pogba. I know he really, really wants to. Pogba really wants to go out of the Manchester United. Right now, Manchester United, they're very much in a mess right now. Pogba, as much as he's inconsistent, as much as people talk about his inconsistencies, he's a really, really good player. He showed that at Juventus. He went to the final in versus Barcelona. He got a few trophies at Juventus. I know people say, well, Juventus have been winning trophies and things like that for the past few years, but the thing, who would perform well in a Manchester United that's looking like that? I mean, and that's the thing that I'm alluding to is who would perform well in that current situation, that current state of affairs at Real Madrid. At Manchester United. And so that's what I think about Paul Pogba. I think Paul Pogba, if he were to come at Real Madrid, I think he could definitely elevate our level in terms of midfield. I think he would do a fantastic job here at Real Madrid. I still think he would be a little bit inconsistent. However, I think he would be a lot less inconsistent than he is at Manchester United. So I think for me, if I were to go after Christian Eriksen Christian Eriksen in January, I know he's if we can get him on a free, then we get him on a free. Then let's get him. Why not, right? But I think if we are to pay a certain fee for Christian Eriksen, then I think we should just go after Paul Pogba. For me, the player I would like to see is Paul Pogba. But if Christian Eriksen is free, then why not just get him, right? Let's see. Chris says, totally unrelated, but let me tell you that you are the best human being. Wow, thank you so much, dude. Probably just made my day, man. Thank you so much. Somewhat, I would say. Sometimes I can let go. Sometimes I don't have the self-control, but usually I try to have some morals and values in place. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Chris. I really do appreciate that. Do you know any other Real Madrid fan chants like yourself? I don't. I really don't. And I'm surprised. I was really surprised to see that Real Madrid did not have any fan channels or anything like that. I know there was one fan channel earlier this year. He was starting to make videos and then he kind of stopped all of a sudden. There's Los Merengues TV. He's going on a different tangent than mine. It's a little bit different than mine. I know Los Merengues TV does some stuff, just more lighthearted stuff, you know. So you can always check his channel out. And besides that, I really don't know anything else, to be honest. To be honest, I really like making this channel. I was really happy to make it. Maybe I could talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, I was really happy to make the channel. And the reason I made it, like, I didn't see anything Real Madrid related. I was like, you know what? I kind of always wanted a YouTube channel. It's kind of weird. And I was like, well, there's nothing Real Madrid related. So I just kind of, I got everything I needed. I got the webcam. I got the microphone. I got a new laptop this year. And so I just pretty much went ahead and started doing it. And then from there, it kind of just grew. And yeah, so far I've been pretty happy with it, I have to say. I'm surprised that, people are so steadfast in their kind of, how can I say it? The subscribers that I have are so steadfast in their loyalty, and I really do appreciate that. But there you have it. So I didn't want to talk much more than that. I think that's pretty much going to end. It's a very, very short stream, and the reason that is because there really isn't that much to be said. Gosh, I forgot to change the description. I'll probably have to change that right now. But there's really not much to be said, really. I think to really just encapsulate everything that I've said is really Gareth Bale. If Gareth Bale, the thing with Gareth Bale is, how can I say this? As much as I like him as a player, and as a person, he is misunderstood. Sometimes I just feel like he doesn't help himself, and what I mean by that is one of the things that he did. What was it? Lucas Vasquez, the shrug. What's the other thing? Getting not being happy with being out of the playing squad, things like that. He really doesn't help himself, and that's something that I really don't admire much about Gareth Bale. But look, in any case, he's a world-class player. If he can stay injury-free, this is really the thing. If he can stay injury-free, if Gareth Bale can stay injury-free, he would help us tremendously. I really do feel that. Gareth Bale, Benzema, Eden Hazard as a front three, on paper is very, very good. We need Eden Hazard to come back to his level. Benzema is already on a different level. Gareth Bale, playing pretty good. So if we can get Eden Hazard firing, we can have a pretty good team this season. I know the midfield is a bit short. If we can, I would say, dwindle the number of injuries that we have, that would be great. But at the moment, it's not looking like that. Christian Eriksen, I'd rather get Paul Pogba. If we do get Christian Eriksen on a free, love to get Christian Eriksen. However, I think if we are to spend money, I think we should go after Paul Pogba. I know he is inconsistent at Manchester United, but tell me a player who would be consistent in that team. Embarrassing right now, what's going on at Manchester United. You put Ronaldo in that team, you put Messi in that team. Messi, I'd argue you could win the league. Ronaldo, you can make an argument that he'd do pretty good. But they're different level players. That's the thing. So I'd rather have Paul Pogba. If we're to spend any money, I'd rather have Paul Pogba. So that's all I have to say for that. Chris says, Los Merengues TV. He gets overconfident. No, I think he just gets a little bit. I think it's a show. It's all for the show, to be honest. But like you said, Chris, it's also kind of funny. You're down to earth, mate. Oh man, thank you. Pretty much. I guess so. I'm somewhat down to earth. I'll take that with him. I don't want to say pinch of salt, but yeah, thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I always try to be. Sometimes like anyone else, I got my mistakes. I got my impulsiveness, but thank you for that. Oscar, what's up, dude? I'm ending right now, Oscar. You can watch it again. Really, Oscar, there's nothing to talk about really. I don't want to say anything, but Gareth Bale, Christian Eriksen, it's just to fill up the tabloids. Really, it's not. There's nothing substantial in it, is what I have to say about that. Chris says we have 2 games till the El Clasico comes over. Need to make the most out of them. Yeah, definitely. If we can win the 2 games, I think that can give us the confidence to really do well in the Clasico. I think I think these next two games, Eden Hazard will really have to, get his game up to the next level because, Eden Hazard, he is a world class player. He just, I think the thing with Eden Hazard, he doesn't know his role at Real Madrid yet. He doesn't know what to do yet. He's vacillating a lot in his mind. It's just like, should I shoot? Should I pass? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's kind of difficult. It's kind of like when you go into another job and you don't really know your job right away. You don't really know your role in the I would say in the team yet. So it takes a little bit of time. I just hope that these next two games will really get the best out of Eden Hazard. But there you have it, guys. I'm pretty much gonna end it there. All's good. Yeah, dude. Next stream. I'm hoping to do one next week. I'll probably do something. I know I'll do the match preview next Thursday, and then might do something else if there's more news coming up. Yeah, so next week I'll probably do a stream. I'll try to schedule it ahead of time. I know it's a little bit difficult, but I'll try to schedule something ahead of time. And Chris says, especially Galatasaray, we underestimated Club Brugge, paid the price. Shouldn't make that mistake again. Definitely. Yeah, Galatasaray is definitely not one to underestimate, especially going away. I mean, going away, their atmosphere is just something that helps them tremendously. So, yeah, Galatasaray is never one to underestimate. Club Brugge, I think we underestimated a little bit. I kind of knew it was going to be difficult, but there you have it. All right, guys, so I'm going to end it right there. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Chris, dude. I really appreciate your comments. Thank you, Oscar. And that's okay. Don't worry. You can come back. I think next week I should be able to make a couple streams. The match preview will be on a Thursday. I think so. I think I can make it on Thursday. I have to check. I have to check my schedule, actually. It's gonna be tough, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll have to see. I'll let you guys know. If you want, you can always follow the Instagram. That's kind of where I always post my stuff, and the Twitter account. There you go. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Oscar. Really do appreciate it. And see you guys next time. Thank you.